Oh my god, do we like the warmer lighting? I feel like that just made it like blue. Okay, like that's so much better. I do have a shirt on. I swear it's just a little tube top. Hey guys, it's Julia back with another video. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I have been promising this little video for quite some time now. I am a senior in high school. I've started my summer program and everything, so now we are just like officially stepping into the school year, so that officially means I can call myself a junior year alumni. Good riddance. My junior year was actually helpful, but don't let that discourage you, because this video I'm gonna tell you everything I learned my entire year. It should help you out a little bit. I just didn't do well with it. My sophomore year was like vaguely easy. Like it wasn't the easiest thing in the world obviously, and I was a little stressed out, but like it was overall not that bad. And then I came to junior year and my whole life took a 580. You can't even do a 580. Like that's how like crazy it was. Did a few loop-de-loops. I had a few ups, I had a few downs. The academic wise part of the year was one of the hardest things I have done. You know, my mom is dead, so that's like probably takes top tier number one, but you know, like junior year is a close second. Might be a third. I don't know, we're getting real foggy up here. It's okay, because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I survived, shockingly, and I'm here to give all of my upcoming juniors, or even upcoming sophomores and freshmen, like this advice can really go for any grade level, but a few of them are like specifying more to junior year. Somebody like engraved the shit into my head, then I would have done well. So also like throughout your year, come back to this video. If you like feel like you're losing yourself, come back to this video and be like, okay, that's what I need to do. I'm feeling inspired. The first tip I have is to time everything well. If I look down sometimes, it's because I'm looking at my phone because I wrote some stuff down. Your classes get significantly harder. And not only do they get significantly harder, you have more significantly hard classes back to back to back. So it's not just like you have one hard class or two hard classes like you did your sophomore year. Most of your classes are hard. You're not gonna have time to do everything. My school has 8 classes a day, but even if your school has less, junior year they like give you a lot of work. Not procrastinating, as hard as it sounds, and like prioritizing. If you come home and you have a project due in 2 days maybe, but you have a big test tomorrow, it comes to you having to figure out how much do I know about the topic, how much do I need to study for this topic, and how big is the project, how much time will it take for the project. Maybe you'll decide, oh, I know my stuff, I only need 5 minutes to go over, I'll just focus on my project. Or maybe you're like, my project is easy and this is like a really big important test, I need to study for that. If you're not gonna like lay it out physically, at least lay it out mentally. Mentally it's a lot easier to forget though, so writing it down is probably better, but the problem is you'll like plan for the next day. You'll plan to be like, okay, I'll do my entire project the next day, and then they'll give you like 40 more pounds of work, so it's like a little bit like wishy-washy. That's why I'm definitely saying like time your work really well. Like if you get it and it's easy, just do it right there. The next one is don't overbook yourself. My junior year, I felt like everyone around me was doing more than me. It jumps from having like no talk about college, no nothing, to like this like, oh my god, you have to do everything. This is the grade, this is the year that colleges look at, this is this, this is that. And this like sudden temptation, college. So I felt like I had to do so much to put on like a resume or whatever, when in reality, that plummeted my mental health because I just extremely overbooked myself. I thought I could handle more because I saw other people doing more. It just depends on where you want to go. I realized like towards the end, I was like, I'm comparing myself to people that want to go to these like prestigious colleges. So if there's something that you're just joining to say you joined, just don't join it. It's not gonna make an extreme superb difference. It's not gonna make or break your admission. It doesn't mean do nothing and like just quit everything, but like know your limits. The next one is grades are not everything. Now this isn't to say slack off, do whatever you want. That's not what I'm saying at all, actually. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying that still keep up with your grades, make sure you're getting good grades, because this is a big part of the year that colleges look at, but also realize that your grades do not define you. If you're stepping into that like blurry line of I want to have really good grades because I want to be educated, and I want to have really good grades because that's how people will see me, there's a very blurry line in between the two, and I felt myself like crossing over to the that's how people will see me a lot, and that's when you get dangerous. If you're not super super educational. I can only do school stuff for so long. You don't have to force yourself into this my grades define me. Like, being a straight A student is not everything in the freaking world. That's not all everything. Be careful, don't slack off, but just know that grades are not everything. Shit happens, and it doesn't mean that you're any worse of a fucking person because you did get that grade. If you're doing your best, that's all you can fucking do. The next one is a little bit like depending on the school or whatever. Be ready to teach yourself a little bit more. Once you leave kind of like the lower classmen area, teachers start to expect more of you. They start to expect that like you'll do things on your own, or you'll take time out of your personal time to learn certain things, which is something that like I certainly wasn't prepared for. Why am I teaching myself? Like, I don't know. It wasn't every single teacher that was kind of like this, but I can definitely like think about like a handful of teachers that just were kind of more, you're older, you can figure it out, you need to do this on your own more. There's like YouTube, there's asking peers, and that doesn't mean you can't ask your teacher. There's ways around it that'll still make it like easier. This one is a little bit wishy-washy, but in my personal opinion, I think that it is helpful to spend some time studying for like the SAT and the ACT. If I'm gonna be like fully transparent, I didn't at all. I kind of like forgot that it was a thing. Like, so many big schools are going test optional that like everyone is kind of like, oh, it doesn't even matter anymore, like da, 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 it doesn't matter. And my SAT score isn't bad. I'm not gonna say it because I honestly just like don't want to. I didn't feel like it reached the standard that I like had for myself or what I wanted. As I started to look into a lot smaller schools, I realized that a lot of like smaller colleges require SAT and ACT. So just because these like super big named schools like don't require it, that doesn't mean like every single school doesn't require it. A lot still do, just like a lot don't. But I think if you have that extra time, it's not the end of the world, but it does help for like a lot of merit-based scholarships and aid and stuff like that. Start thinking about your college essay and teacher rec throughout your junior year. You may be watching this before going into junior year like, oh my god, there's so much college talk already. Trust me, it just progressively gets worse. Use this as your, oh my god, what, college shock right now, because you're gonna have so many more of those little instances. Thinking about your essay, I mean just like brainstorming topics. Your essay is literally a free writing assignment. You can write about anything you want. Doing the main essay early will help you a lot, and then you have plenty of time to like get teacher feedback on it. And also, depending on how your school does like systems, my school you have to ask for teacher recommendations. Ask early. I know some teachers that do limits, and like once they get a certain amount of people that ask them, it's like you're not getting one anymore. And also they do like forms or like surveys and stuff. Asking earlier the better. Also ask respectfully if you're gonna ask. Make sure you're in good cahoots with the teacher you're asking. Don't ask a teacher that you have a D in their class and you hate going to their class every day. Don't do that. Ask early and start early. Better ahead you get, best shape you're gonna be in this year. The next one, trust your instinct about college. If you don't think that college is the path for you, that's okay. I feel like in school they drill it through your head, and especially junior year, that it's like college, like you should go to college is important. And that's not to say college isn't important and that you shouldn't go to college. There's other things to do, but also know what else you want to do. Like, know what your game plan is. I know a lot of people that are talking about trade school, cosmetology school, taking gap years. Whatever you think is like your path is fine. College doesn't have to be the end all be all, but just like have an idea of what you want to do. And with that being said, also like don't fully slack out on school, because college is always a good backup, and it's always good to keep your grades up just in case your plan A falls through. You have a plan B. And community college is always a thing too. Community college for 2 years, then transfer. Look into that. That's also something I didn't hear of until my junior year. The next one is go out your junior year. You get a lot of work, and it's super easy to kind of get wrapped up in like the cycle of work. But also junior year is the first one where you're getting like a real taste of a little bit of freedom. You kind of start to feel the high school experience a little more than you like did before. Don't get super wrapped up into your work. Take time to go out. The next one is befriend teachers. That's not like sitting here and being their freaking best friend, but simply being like kind to a teacher or taking that extra time to like talk to them will actually help you a lot in the long run. Treating them like a human being will result in them treating you more like a human being. If you need more help, someone that you've been kinder to is more inclined to give it to you. It'll help with college recs. Whenever you need college recs, you'll have more teachers that you were kinder to. The next one is eat good good meals and drink lots of water. I didn't get a lot of sleep. If you can get sleep, definitely get sleep. But I know that that's like kind of hard. So if you're not going to be getting a lot of sleep, eat good meals, because I found myself acting like a total cunt just because I like wasn't eating enough and I was really tired. And then the combination of not eating enough and being really tired, it made me kind of an annoying ass person to be around. It wasn't the best. I noticed that every time I ate something, I would suddenly feel a little bit more awake. It wasn't always like that, but I definitely always felt more energetic after I ate a good meal. Don't get too distracted with the work that you don't eat and drink. Use your resources wisely. If you have senior friends, or you know seniors, or you're in clubs with seniors, talk to them. Ask them for help. They literally just went through everything you're going through, and I'm sure they are more than willing to help you. They learn the stuff you just learned. If you're not sure about taking a class, ask a senior, because they were just there. They are likely to know a thing or two or three or four more than you are, more than a teacher would, more than your parent would. We know how hard that shit was, so if we can make it any easier for anybody else, we are definitely like there wanting to do that. Use your seniors. Studying with your friends. For a while, every Thursday after school, me and 3 of my friends walked to our local Starbucks and worked until our homework was done together. Like, I would be going home from Starbucks at like 8 p.m. Was it the most ideal situation in the world to be going home that late? No, but it's a lot easier to get your work out the way right away and with other people that have the same work as you. Those little moments of junior year were some of like my most treasured moments of junior year. There were days where we didn't get as much work done as we probably should have. Somebody else has knowledge that you don't, and you have knowledge that somebody else doesn't, so putting all that knowledge together just makes things go by a lot faster and more fun. Last but not least, prioritize your mental health. Obviously, prioritizing your mental health is #1 important. Don't prioritize your mental health so hard that you're coming home and you're not doing any of your work and stuff like that. You want to make sure you feel healthy, and you want to make things as easy as possible for you, and a lot of the tips I did just give you will help you with that. But also, you don't want to slack so hard that your grades are just plummeting. It's not more important than your health, but it is still important. Those are some of the things I wish I knew. If you have any questions, DM me. I'll do my best to respond. You know, I'm still a student. I'm not promising an instant immediate response. DM me and I will try my best, or comment down below and I will try my best to give the best advice I can give. I hope I was able to help, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and hit that post notification bell so you never miss any other videos, and follow my Instagram and my TikTok. Both of them are linked down in the description below and on the screen right now. Good luck in your upcoming school years. I love you guys so unbelievably much. Peace out.